Hello, people in North Dakota and nearby peoples. This is Redneck Reckoning with Bruce Moe here. And my podcast today is going to be basically about a podcast that my wife from Pitbull Politics and Charles Hofer from Dunseith came up with because I was on their podcast the other day and it was very interesting. It's usually when I'm on a podcast, I'll sit there and put in my 2 cents every once in a while, but I sat back because there's many things that these people, Kit and Charles, just like were saying that I said, wow, this can't be right. Something's wrong here. And obviously, something's wrong with it, and we have to figure out what it is. I'm going to put in my 2 cents on what it is, and I have a feeling that lots of you people come up with the same conclusions if you get into it. And the thing is has a lot to deal with, and one of Charles's main problems with his RV deep department or facility in Dunseith is that the Department of Commerce has been doing things that are interesting. And they're interesting not just for him, but for lots of people in North Dakota or wherever the heck it is. And money is the main thing that I have a real problem with because we're talking about over the years they had $1.6 billion of our money. Yeah, legislatures, that is our money. And right now, they can show $36 million worth of stuff. Where the heck did $1.6 billion go? That is something that we have to figure out. Commerce Department, Board of Directors, tell me, where is that money? I mean, it's supposed to be put out in loans to attract more businesses to the state, but you can't explain where the heck it is, and you don't have anything. I mean, there isn't a bunch of loans on your records. Lots of them are wiped out, just given away. It's not so much as a loan as a gift, the way it looks. Is that right? Are you going to be able to tell me that I'm mistaken? I hope you can. But I tell you what, can you? I mean, I know Charles is asking people about this thing, and he talks to Governor Armstrong, and Armstrong won't call him back, doesn't talk to him. We have people that know these things from Washington. Kramer, he knows there's some things that are wrong here, or I shouldn't say wrong. I'm just surmising that something's wrong. Uh, but he knows there's shenanigans going on. There's a lots of people in North Dakota that know this, but there's a lot more that don't. And that's who I'm trying to reach here. We have to be looking into these situations. This is something that you just sit there and you don't spend a whole bunch of money of our money and you can't explain where it went. And that is a major problem, whether it's the Department of Commerce or Education or everybody. Everybody, when you spend our money, I want to be able to look at it and say this is where it went, and seeing if it's a reasonably priced stuff or if you're just blowing money or giving it away to friends. I want to know about this stuff, and we have to start looking at that, people of North Dakota. We think that everything's honest and up to snuff. No, I doubt it very much. From what I hear from lots of people, and just stuff like this just ticks me off. And I mean, you got Drew Wrigley never looks into stuff like this. And an interesting one, the state auditor, Josh Gallion, seems to be a nice guy, doesn't want to look into this. he thinks somebody else should. Why? Okay, he's got kids, young family. That's not nice. Something's wrong here. We have to get down to the bottom of this. Talk to people. You guys, it's your responsibility to take responsibility for what's happening in this state. Don't just turn your back and say everything's wonderful, because it isn't. That's full of crap if you believe everything's wonderful in this state. I mean, I don't know. Who's going to be the white knight? Who's going to have the guts to do stuff? Is that going to be you? I hope so. I'm going to sit there and yak as much as I can. My wife does a great job. Charles, he's up to his neck up in Dunseith about this stuff, and everybody's hammering him. There's lots of people that, and there's some good podcasters out there that are bringing this up. We have to sit there and get more vocal. We have to work at these things. And when it gets ugly, that's when we have to, somebody's going to have we have to have the cojones to go through with this stuff. One thing I would like to see is basically like Trump, like him or not, whether you like it or not, you gotta realize, and one right or left, the Department of Doge with Elon. I mean, it's working. We have to sit there and admit that it might be something that you want them to cheat a little on, but do you really think that all these things should be given away, and all this money is being given away correctly? That's why that department is important. And that's what I'd like to see in North Dakota too. Excuse me. Whew. Yeah. The Department of Doge. Department of Doggy in North Dakota. Some dogs out here just huffing and sniffing and figuring out where all this money is going and make sure it's all legit. And from all our departments, from all the people, all right, that we're doing the job. So we're getting the stuff done that you're supposed to be getting done. And extra perks, no. That's not part of the job. That is what we have to sit there and figure out. We need a department like that. We need an organization like that. Sit there and saying, yeah, there's problems here. Hey, we don't need, why do we need a $20 billion or $20 million school when you can get it run just as good for 10? We need that kind of attitude. We need to sit there and say no special gifts. Everything is on board. Everything, we know what is happening with our money, and it's recorded and it's documented. We have to start insisting upon this. All right. Well, this is Bruce Moe on Redneck Reckoning. I reckon we better get our butts in gear. Take care. Talk to you later.